Welcome to Art Beats. This is Susan from the Community Library of Allegheny Valley. Today we will discover sculpture in the style of Alberto Giacometti. Alberto Giacometti was a Swiss sculptor, painter, printmaker, and draftsman, born October 10, 1901, and died January 11, 1966. He trained initially in Italy, then in Paris, where he was influenced by and joined the Surrealism movement. He is most famous for his tall, thin figures made of bronze. Giacometti made many of his sculptures out of bronze, but some were made out of wire and clay. From 1938 to 1944, he made very, very tiny sculptures, maximum height of 2.75 inches. Then, over time, he tried making them larger, producing the very tall, very thin stick figures which he is best known for. He was inspired by the shadows people cast, observing that a shadow can look like a long, stretched version of the human body. Giacometti was one of the most important sculptors of the 20th century. His work can be seen in museums across the world. Here are images of our artist in action, with a quote from him. "The object of art is not to reproduce reality, but to create a reality of the same intensity." Let's learn about sculpture. Sculpture is an art form that is three-dimensional, must have height, width, and depth. It can be made from any materials. Common ways to form sculpture are carving, modeling, casting, using a mold, and assembling. The two basic forms are sculpture in the round, freestanding and viewed from all sides, and relief, attached to a back that is viewed only from the front. A person who makes a sculpture is called a sculptor. Let's learn about Surrealism. Surrealism is an art style beginning around the 1920s that expressed thoughts of the unconscious mind, like something you might see in a dream. It began in Paris and spread across Europe and to the United States. Surrealist works have ideas and designs that are surreal or apart from everyday reality. There is an element of surprise with an imaginary and dreamlike quality. Examples of Alberto Giacometti art. These four examples are all made out of bronze, varying in size. Man Pointing, 1947, bronze, dimensions 70.5 by 40 3/4 by 16 3/8 inches. Notice how textured the figure is. Think about how the thin, elongated arms and legs contrast with the strong metal that it is made of. It became the most expensive sculpture ever when it sold for $141.3 million on May 11, 2015. The Cat, 1954, Metropolitan Museum of Art, bronze, dimensions 11 by 31.5 by 5 1/4 inches. The two different views shows us the sleek, elongated form of a cat with a long neck and tail. It is posed as if stalking prey. Giacometti remembered that his brother Diego's cat passed just like a ray of light, squeezing its lithe and predatory form between close objects without ever touching them. This cat is one of only a few sculptures of animals by Giacometti. The others are a dog and two horses. City Square, 1948, bronze, dimensions 8.5 by 25 3/8 by 17 1/4 inches. This sculpture shows 5 people walking across a city square just passing through. The figures seem to be together, but lonely. There isn't much to tell them apart. The huge, heavy feet appear to be dragged down by the thick, heavy base. Could it suggest how lonely and anonymous life can be in cities? Man Walking Number 1, 1960, at our own Carnegie Museum of Art in Pittsburgh. Bronze, dimensions 71 3/4 by 38 by 10.5 inches. There are 6 numbered editions of this sculpture, plus 4 artist proofs. Notice how the elongated arms and legs exaggerates the movement. It has been described as both a humble image of an ordinary man and a potent symbol of humanity. Our at-home art activity, inspired by Alberto Giacometti, is a foil sculptures art project. Materials you will need: aluminum foil, pipe cleaners, scissors, some air drying clay or poster putty. Getting started. First, cover your workspace area. To start, you will be using pipe cleaners to create the shape for your stick figure in a pose. Decide if it will be a person or an animal. Second, with 2 pipe cleaners, cross and twist them together to make a pair of legs. Keep twisting the remaining top portion to form the body. Third, take another pipe cleaner and bend it into a loop shape for a head, twisting the lower ends around the body to make arms. Remember, you can cut the pipe cleaner into smaller pieces to adjust for the size of your figure. Fourth, crumble up a small ball of foil for the head and place in the pipe cleaner loop. Fifth, cut some strips of foil, about 1 inch wide. Wrap them all around the pipe cleaners, including the head, and scrunch together tightly. Be sure to cover completely so no pipe cleaner shows through. Sixth, bend the arms and legs into different positions until you decide on your final pose. Seventh, roll some clay or poster putty into 2 balls and push the legs into them. Mold and shape until the figure stands up. Cover with foil. Be sure to show off your artwork. You can make a person, an animal, or both, and they can be shown in a freeze pose or caught in a move. The brilliant sculptures of Alberto Giacometti are truly amazing. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.